You're listening to Y&R Media, the Young and the Restless. Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. At Crimson Lights, Esther was chatting with Claire about her order when Kyle walked in with a playful smile and said, "I'll have what she's having." Esther handed them their coffees, and Kyle turned to Claire, asking if she cared to join him. Claire hesitated, not entirely sure, but Kyle's teasing made her smile. They soon found themselves engrossed in a conversation about the latest office drama, sharing laughs and stories over their coffee. Summer meets Phyllis at the club, and they talk about Harrison being tired since the kidnapping. Summer tells Phyllis she was great at the park, showing Claire there were boundaries when it comes to Harrison. Kyle is doing nothing to shut it down. Phyllis tells her Diane won't be a help. She thought she might want to protect her grandson, but she wasn't interested. Summer hopes Claire finally got the hint and will keep her distance. Phyllis has learned that people cannot be trusted to do the right thing. You have to watch out for yourself. Summer is trying to do that, and to look out for Harrison too. Phyllis is glad one of her kids is taking her advice. She gripes about Daniel having no sympathy for her broken heart. He was really off. He was kind of unhinged. She's worried about him. Summer thinks it makes sense that he's down. Phyllis says she's out of work too. "I quit." Summer asks why she did that and what she's going to do now. Phyllis is going to order champagne. Cole runs into Nick in the ranch living room and tells him no one is sure where Victor is. Nick looks all over and can't find him, but security says he hasn't left the property. Cole says this happened before. "Do you think it's possible that Victor's keeping a secret?" Nick nods. "Absolutely. He thinks his dad has a secret 99% of the time." Cole is getting a feeling from Victor on a couple fronts. It's because of something Victor said to him and Victoria. She thinks he's planning a strike against Jack. Nick asks what the other front is that's worrying him. Cole doesn't want to upset Victoria, but it's Jordan. Nick says Jordan's dead. Cole muses, "I think there's something off about Victor's claim that she died in that chase. Something doesn't quite fit." Nick says as long as she's gone, what does it matter? Cole has to protect Victoria and Claire. He took his concerns to Victor, who insisted that she was out of their lives for good, but he wasn't even upset that her body hadn't been found. Nick says, "There's your answer right there." Cole is even more concerned. In the basement, Victor approaches the cage. Jordan hustles over to the bars and pleads with him to let her go. "You said you had a plan. What is it?" "I'll do whatever you want. Do you want mayhem, chaos, blood? I'm your woman. Nobody does it better, so just tell me what you want." Victor taunts her about the fresh spring air outside. She tells him to stop torturing her. She wants to get the plan going. "Unleash me. Tell me what you want, and I'll do it. And then I'll go to prison for all eternity, as we agreed." Victor tells her they didn't agree to anything. Jordan drops to her knees. She's humble, humiliated, and willing to grovel at his feet. Victor leers. "You tried to kill me. You tried to kill my family. Now get up. Get up." She does. Jordan is ready to do what he wants. "I'm the bullet in your chamber." Victor barks. "You're full of it. You're a pathetic creature." He reminds her she has no control. Jordan brings up Nikki. She says she saved her life, she's compassionate and weak, and couldn't finish the job. Victor grunts that he's not compassionate. Jordan warns that he can't keep her in there forever. "People are going to wonder where I am." Victor asks why the hell they should wonder. "You're dead as far as they're concerned." Jordan asks, "What did you do?" He tells her the story of her demise off the bridge. She says, "You bastard." Victor holds up a bottle of vodka and puts it on a table within her reach. Jordan snarks, "None of the good stuff for me." Nikki drink it all. Victor grabs her by her collar through the bars and seethes, "For the last time, don't ever mention Nikki again." Jordan calls out, I'm sorry, Victor. Come back," as he leaves. In Crimson Lights, Claire tells Kyle, "Your mom was married to my grandfather." Kyle replies, "And my dad was married to your grandmother." They laugh that he's seen a lot of marriages and divorces, and affairs. She thinks his parents seem happy. Kyle says it took them a while to get there. Claire says it's good he gets to see love. She's seeing it now at the ranch, and it's better than any book she ever read. She craved love her entire life. Parents, a family, that's kind and accepts you. She marvels at Nikki and Victor still finding a way to look at each other, that they're the only two people in the room. Talk turns to job. Kyle's sorry she can't work as a nanny for Harrison. In the club, Phyllis tells Summer that Devon was going to fire her anyway. She wasn't going to give him the satisfaction. She pours champagne and toast. Phyllis complains about that company throwing Daniel out like a piece of garbage. "I think someone should make them pay." Summer hopes she doesn't mean herself. "You're not actually going to be plotting revenge against Chancellor Winters, right?" Phyllis wants justice. Summer tells her to trust the system. Phyllis mocks her. Lily fired Daniel because she got her feelings hurt. She's going to make millions off of her son's brilliance, and that's wrong. Summer reminds Phyllis she's trying to be a better person. Phyllis is being good by fighting for her son. Summer argues that Daniel can take care of himself. She notices the time and has to go. "Mom, please do not burn Chancellor Winters to the ground." Once alone, Phyllis pulls out her laptop and realizes that her password still works. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. At the ranch, Nick asks if Cole's suggesting that Victor had something to do with Jordan's death. Cole would think he'd want solid proof, but he's not even concerned. Nick hears him, but suggests he let it go. Cole won't let his guard down if there's even the slightest chance Jordan is alive. Victor walks in and claims he was going a few rounds on the punching bag. Nick asks if he's heard from his mom. Victor says she's getting stronger. Nick takes off and Victor asks Cole what he can do for him. At the Abbott house, Harrison had another bad dream about the witch, and Summer comforts him. She decides to text Kyle and get him to come home. Some family time might help him feel better. Harrison nods. At Crimson Lights, Kyle laments Summer not liking the idea of Claire nannying Harrison. He needs someone he can relate to. Claire appreciates his belief in her, but she thinks he should go easy on Summer. Victoria has been watching her when she's sleeping, just making sure she's there and she's safe. She can't imagine what Summer went through when Harrison was missing. She's a reminder of that. If Summer doesn't want her around, she has to understand that. Just then, Kyle gets a text from Summer. He tells Claire he has to go, but they should talk again soon. She asks him to give Harrison her love. Kyle arrives at home and hugs Harrison. Summer assures the boy that the witch can't take him away. His big strong dad won't let her or anyone else hurt him ever again. Harrison asks, what about Claire? She might have the same bad dreams. The witch took her away to somewhere dark and scary. They learn Jordan threatened to put him there too if he wasn't good. Summer assures him he's in the safest place in the world. Harrison asks if Claire can come over so she can feel safe too. Claire joins Cole and Victor at the ranch, and she muses that getting a coffee is still an adventure. Cole wants to give her riding lessons, and she's keen. Victor tells them she should ride Midnight Blue and tells her riding's in the Newman blood. "Why don't you, both of you, join us for dinner? Victoria will join us soon." Claire's excited to try Brussels sprouts. Jordan despised them. Victor chuckles. That's interesting. He will meet them later. He has something to attend to first. Nick comes upon Phyllis at the club, and she slams her laptop shut. He saw the Chancellor Winters logo before she closed it, and learns they fired her. Or she quit. Nick can't shake the feeling she's about to scorch her own earth. Phyllis is just looking for justice for her son. Maybe a virus or diverting some Omega Sphere players to another game. Nick gulps. You can't be serious. Phyllis says nothing has been done yet. Surprising her, Nick says, what are we waiting for? I'm in. Let's do this. Phyllis scoffs that his reverse psychology won't work on her. Nick insists he's down and wants to hear about her revenge fantasies. She says she wants to create enough havoc that Lily and Devon regret firing her son and her. They'll beg him to come back and give him a huge raise. Nick wonders if she's considered what the fallout may be. The security team could trace the virus back to her. Phyllis laughs. Please. I'm not an amateur. I cover my tracks. Nick points out it will be obvious given that she just left. They'll confiscate her laptop. Daniel will get hauled in for questioning, and their daughter will have to deal with the fact that her mother is on the most wanted list again. Phyllis sighs. Oak, how do you do that? How do you make me realize that what I'm doing is wrong? I won't plant a virus. Nick knows he's angry. Phyllis asks, now what? Now what do I do? Nick isn't going to solve all of her problems. She asks if he knows anyone who needs a professional pot stirrer. He thinks she should aim higher than that. They toast and he tells her, that color looks great on you, by the way. At the Abbott house, Harrison's in the kitchen eating cookies when Summer asks Kyle, what are we going to do? Kyle thinks they should bring Claire on for a trial run as Harrison's nanny. Summer asks if he's crazy. Kyle says the trauma they went through bonded them. He feels as safe with her as he does with them. Isn't that important? Does she really think it's a good time to ask him to trust a stranger? How do you think that will go over? Summer fumes that he doesn't need to explain their son to her. Kyle says Claire isn't a problem. She's a solution. He sees their son upset and wants to fix it. Claire made it clear that she understands Summer's protectiveness. She isn't chasing the job because she puts Harrison's bond with her, his mother, first. Isn't that what we want? At the Abbott mansion, Summer scoffs that Kyle says he's all about Harrison, but he's all about Claire. She wishes her the best, but she's not trusting her with their child. If you want to help Claire, that's great, you go do that. Take on your charity project, just leave our son out of it. Kyle insists his goal is to help Harrison. Summer tells him they'll find someone else. Harrison reappears and asks Summer to call Claire and make sure she's okay. Kyle says, we can do better than that. How would you like Claire to be your new nanny? Harrison cheers and Summer shoots a shocked look at Kyle. Y&R and Restless kicked off the next chapter of Summer versus Claire when Kyle decided to overrule his ex-wife and tell Harrison that Claire would be his new nanny. Claire is currently being written like a Disney princess, but you're not going to convince me that she's magically healed and 100% over a lifetime of programming by Jordan. Those impulses will still be lurking beneath the surface, ready to jump out if she's provoked, and Summer may be just the person to do it. Find out why we think Summer and Claire's feud will go nuclear here. We caught a glimpse of Tessa this week when she had a chat with Daniel. Their discussion about Maria being Cassie's sister was, of course, a nod to his history with the latter, who died after getting behind the wheel to drive her crush home from a party. Sightings of Tyria and Sharon have been hard to come by lately, with fans becoming more vocal as time passes. So, it was nice to see Tessa at long last, and here's hoping Maria and Sharon are being rested ahead of their next front burner story. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe Y&R Media to our channel, and stay with us.